So Ashwin, congratulations on the award.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So welcome back first, and our prodigal son returns. Our local hero is back to CSK. A few words on that.
No, look, obviously, it's a very critical part of every cricketer's life today that you have to venture into the auction and you go professionally to different teams and play. It comes with a value, and obviously, people that value at a certain price and certain demands, you have to go up there. But most importantly for me, the learning ground was CSK. That's exactly where I took off from. Learned some valuable lessons, burst onto the scene, and then obviously went on to do much greater things than what I imagined myself. The fact of the matter is we all go through the same circle. We all loop within the same circle. Having gone to different teams and enjoyed the different vibes of different teams, learning new things, but there's nothing really like home. So coming back here was something that was a dream for me. The fact that they did go for me and get me back at the auction not only is a happy moment for me, but it speaks volumes of the owners and what the city means to me.
As fans, we're so glad you're back. Absolutely.
So, as a young boy, what inspired you to take up cricket? Did you play other sports? Did you ever have your hand in squash?
Yes, I have played a bit of squash, but because of my, I do have a few niggles on my knees, so it's not the greatest of sport if you do have issues with your knees. But because my front leg pivots a lot, I have to be very careful with my knee. But I took up to most racket sports, even though I'm not the most blessed in terms of my physical abilities on the lookout of it, on the front of it. I do play racket sports pretty well, starting from tennis to badminton. I played for Tamil Nadu as a ball badminton player as well. So table tennis, mostly I took up to racket sports. I play a bit of football, not very good, but yeah, not bad.
So, what made you play cricket?
So for me, cricket was something that came very naturally at home because my dad was a cricket tragic. He used to play a lot of tennis ball cricket when he was young, but didn't have the means to be able to pursue a career in cricket. He used to play some league cricket. I used to go with him, watch the games of cricket that he played. And eventually, that's how I got pushed into it. I took a fascination to it, watched a lot of cricket on television. Those were the booming days of television. You used to hear a lot of radio commentary for cricket. And television had just boomed through in the early 90s. So for me, watching cricket live on TV was a real spectacle. And that's how I started watching and playing the game.
So, when did you actually realize that you wanted to take cricket full time? And more importantly, how difficult is it to make the Indian cricket team?
Look, I think at what stage I realized I could play cricket as a journey by itself. But most importantly, most of my cricketing appetite and learnings came from having played on streets of Chennai. Unfortunately, today for this generation of kids, there's not much space on the street to be playing. The same street that I grew up on playing is being a parking space today. So, in all honesty, that's a valuable lesson we used to learn. And every evening at 3:30, 4 o'clock, you would have like heaps of children on the road, like everybody connecting. It used to be like how you guys gather here for the Rotary is how we used to gather for the sport every evening on the streets. Like we would have 15, 20 children on a small lane in West Mambalam. That's how I began playing. At what point did I realize that I was good enough? I got picked for the under-17 Indian team while I was in class 11. Class 11, class 12. And I felt like maybe there is some potential here for me to explore. But I did get picked as a batsman. When I came back, I switched over to off-spin. I used to bowl a bit of off-spin, but switched over. And the moment I switched over to off-spin, I started finding that batsmen were finding it difficult to play me. And that's when I realized maybe I could make it a career as an all-rounder.
So it's difficult to have another Ashwin, I think.
Definitely not. We all make the mistake of thinking that we are going to be the best, right? Like, I'm sure all people sitting here are wonderful businessmen by themselves and within their right. But make no mistake in believing that we won't be the last. There will be people that will surpass us, and that's just the nature of evolution. I really wish to see somebody even better than me. If I don't think like that, then I'm doing a major disservice to the sport that I've played and also the person that I am. So I would love for somebody to surpass me and be at least 100 folds better than me.
So continuing on that, you've said your role models are Anil Kumble and Harbhajan Singh in cricket. What about outside cricket? Who inspires you? Who motivates
Actually,
you?
Sachin Tendulkar is my role model, and if somebody said the generation I came up from, if somebody said they didn't skip a beat when Sachin batted, that would be a grave mistake. What was the second part?
Outside cricket?
Yeah, outside cricket. Interestingly, I have a lot of interest in history. I read a lot of it. I became a huge fan. Fortunately, due to COVID, we were all bunkered up inside our houses, and I stumbled upon this wonderful novel called Ponniyin Selvan, which is how I gather a lot of history around kings, how this evolutions were in the past, because we very often think about the future, live in the day, live in the present, but most of our problems of today have answers in the past. That's how I look at, even when I look at movies or read books or watch some series of episodes, there is something to learn out of it. So for me, Ponniyin Selvan really captivated my mind. I would probably think Rajaraja Solan is one of my greatest inspirations for me. I then went back and read about him and what all great things that he did. The man lived beyond his time. Not easy to hand over your crown to another person, right? When you're bestowed upon with it. So those are great qualities of a human being, and I totally think it.
Avid reader? Do you read a lot?
Yes, I do. I don't like generally reading autobiographies or mainstream advisory books, if I can call that. Not really self-help books. You don't need self-help if you can open your eyes and ears to most things that come your way. I love reading novels. There's a lot to learn out of somebody else's story, so I love reading novels, yes.
Other sports people are jealous of cricketers. But given the immense
I figured
stardom,
that out when you asked the first question.
given the immense stardom in India, but behind the glamour, what are the biggest challenges cricketers face?
Look, I mean, just to address the first part of what you said, I do understand, like, I do get it when you see someone, like, I had seen a few tweets of late, I've seen people speak about it, I do interact with some of the other sports stars as well. Once when I had this conversation with Sunil Chetri, we were just there for a shoot for a brand endorsement, and then we were having this conversation about how cricketers are very blessed in this country, and I do agree we are blessed. But Sunil Chetri pointed out something amazing, and it just blew my mind. He said, yes, you guys are blessed, you guys get the attraction, you guys are, the envy of a lot of other people, but that's just the way the world is. It's not like I don't get my attention where I go. I'm still a footballer and people recognize him. It's just about staying completely comfortable in your own skin. Let me be very honest, if I just played the game and I didn't get the attention that I haven't got today, it's easier said than done. People might think that it's easy for you to say it. I would be completely fine because I didn't take up the sport because people would recognize me. I took up the sport because I genuinely fell in love with it. And I'm in love with it. I will continue to be in love with it. So,
Fantastic.
in many ways, are we comfortable in our own skin? Are we comfortable with what we have? Are we comfortable with what we love? Because I'm sure most sports stars have taken up to the sport because they love it. If love is all you need, I don't think you need anything beyond that. And having a conversation with PR Srijesh, seems completely comfortable in his skin. Got all the recognition after his Olympic medals, and now he's moved on. He's branched off. He's started coaching a lot of young hockey players, and so is Pulela Gopichand. You can find a humpty number of examples that you can show to people rather than looking at it the other way around. It's all in the way we look at things, not in the way we actually exhibit.
I have a question from a Rotarian, Mr. Sai Krishna, from the club in Madras Industrial City. It's a scenario they want to put you in. If you had the ability to bowl a particular delivery and to any batsman in history, which ball and which batsman?
Good one. I bowled a delivery to David Warner in Bangalore in 2016-17 season, home season, from over the stumps. I would love to bowl that ball to Brian Lara.
That's a good answer. Yes, great.
What does it mean to you receiving the Padma Shri Award?
I'm yet to receive it, so once I receive it, I'll probably know how it feels. Look, if I said it's just another day in my office, I would be lying. It's not. It is a special honor that the government has bestowed upon me, and I'm very thankful for every person that's voted in favor of me to receive that award. I'm pretty young to be receiving an award like that. I do realize that, but I hope it's not for the fact that I'm young and receiving it. Look, certainly believe there's a lot. In fact, when they said they're going to give me a Lifetime Achievement Award today, I said, no, you shouldn't be giving me one, because I think my life is ahead of me now. There's a lot more that I can accomplish, not in terms of goals or what I want to set about, but generally I'm someone who's done with the day, move on, right? So for me, getting the award is the recognition for what I've done and what I've stood for. But the award means that I need to strive for more and be better than what I have been in the previous journey. The one thing that I firmly believe, and I've always told people and I urge people to do and I've stood by, is that it's very tough to do the right thing. In today's world, it's easy to do the most convenient thing. I want to stand up for being able to do the right thing. There are still interruptions that come my way in life where I don't want to do what's right by me, what's right by my head, or right by what is required for the situation. But I try and shake myself up to wanting to do the right thing. So that's what I want to be standing up for.
Fabulous. Your two daughters must be the most demanding part of your life outside cricket. So how is the father, Ashwin, at home? Are you as disciplined as you are on the field?
I don't know how many of you watch television shows, but there's a television show on Netflix called The 0 Day. It's a very nice one. The moment you said about my daughter, that's the first thing that struck by me. I put myself in the situation of the protagonist there. And the story is that the ex-president comes back and solves a huge problem in the American government. But the nexus is formed by his own daughter, who's on the opposition side. Now he's left with the choice of either doing the right thing, which he wants to stand for, or whether he wants to say, he's already lost his son in his life. So whether he wants to lose his daughter along with his son. As in the context, the daughter says, I would testify myself, and he does the right thing. In so many ways, it's such a powerful message. And I was watching it with my daughters. Of course, it has some language which is not ideal for them, but they happened to watch the climax of it. And I asked my daughters, what do you think he should do? And both of them said, he should protect his daughter. I said the daughter needs to live up to the billing for him to be able to protect them. I was in a bit of a dilemma when I was watching it and with my daughters asking those questions. But such a compelling one. I want to bring up my daughters in a fashion that they never have to choose between the right and between them. So that's probably what I want to stand up for, and I'm sure my daughters will grow up that way.
You gave the ending away of the show also, Ashwin. You gave the ending away for the show. So
I'm not a part of Netflix. I'm sure some of them will go and watch it because it's a compelling watch, I guess. Yeah.
You've written a very witty book, I Have the Streets. It's an excellent read. If you've not picked it up, I recommend it very highly. Do you see yourself pursuing an alternate career? Maybe in journalism, maybe coaching? What do you suggest after cricket? What are you thinking?
We all come with a time stamp. We all live only a certain period of time. I think you should just try and accomplish whatever you can, as long as you feel it's touching your heart. And writing a book was always a journey that I wanted to embark on. Because I read so many novels, I didn't want it to be a mainstream autobiography. Also, when you're reading somebody, I've read a lot of books, right? I've tried to read a lot of autobiographies, let me admit. I don't get past a lot of them. The one autobiography that stood with me and stood the test of times was Open by Andrea Gassi. The rest of the autobiographies have always left it halfway. I couldn't complete it. Which is when I realized what differentiated Open between the rest. Open told me who Agassi was. It opened him up. It opened the character up. So I wondered if at all I had to write something about my cricketing journey, people need to know who I am. So the first book I wrote was an attempt to show who I am, where I came from, and why do I end up making those decisions in my life. Because whatever decisions we make, whatever choices we make, whatever we end up accomplishing, has a deep root to how you were brought up and who you were when you were younger. So I wanted to capture that, and that's why I wrote that book. And yes, there are sequels that will come, I'm very sure. As long as I am breathing, I think it will come.
We look forward to the next one. It was very, very well written. Thanks. We have another question from Mr. Velumani from Chennai Harmony Club. You play cricket in all three formats. You were playing cricket in all three formats. How do you keep yourself fit? And what's your opinion on the yo-yo test?
Yo-yo test is an old controversy now in Indian cricket. So. Look, I think Indian cricket embarked on this journey of yo-yo testing a few years ago. Before we talk about whether it's right or wrong, I think the notion of it needs to be understood. There is a certain benchmark that cricketers are expected to reach, and they want that uncompromised. Because being in the international arena as a cricketer, you need to be able to tick certain few boxes, and it comes with a lot of pride. You're representing your nation. So there are other countries in the world who have a very high benchmark compared to what India does. Obviously, Indian cricketers do have a genetically compromised situation when you compare it with some of the other people. We don't match up with them genetically. What sets us apart is the pure skill as a cricketer that we bring to the table. The hands, lovely hands, good footwork, probably a little bit more inquisitive thinking and planning around the game. All these are natural traits for Indians. So a yo-yo test was brought upon such that people could embark to at least at the very basic standards. Now, maintaining a fitness routine is almost a no compromise. Like until I retired, every single time you cheated on a meal or had a dessert and didn't train for a couple of days, you used to feel guilty. So that's how much it takes. And just to give you an example, like I've always said, people when they watch me from the outside, they don't really know the kind of sacrifices I have to put in, because for a Virat Kohli, the sacrifices he needs to make for his physique is very different to mine. If he put in an hour's work, I need to put 5 hours of work to not even get closer to his physique. So my work has been very sacrificial over the years. And to just give you an example, it took me last 15, 20 years, I haven't had a slice of pizza. So I probably had it a month ago maybe. So I am gluten intolerant. I am lactose intolerant. I am a vegetarian. An vegetarian. So my protein sources are very minimal. So I need to be very choosy with what I do.
But are you gym buff? Do you go to the gym often?
Yes, that's where I'm going after I finish here. Yeah.
So what advice would you give young athletes wishing to pursue any sport?
See, I think any sport is probably understanding and discovering yourself. It could be whatever sport that you play. They say, right, like you cover your strengths and increase your strengths to cover your weaknesses. Sorry, you improve upon your strengths to cover your weaknesses. Unless and until you know yourself very well, inside out, you will never be able to answer the questions that come your way. Because sport is not a state board examination where what comes in the textbook is what you answer for. It is pretty open. The concept's the same, but you will be thrown up with different questions every single day. So as a sports person, it's very important that you're very honest to yourself and know yourself inside out, because you need to be your first critic. I see a lot of people very averse to taking criticism because you want to stay in your bubble of insecurity to tell that you're good all the time, which can work for a few people. I've seen it work for a few people, but you need to be exceptionally skilled and lucky to get away with it.
Finally, Ashwin, congratulations. You won so many accolades. You won all the awards. You won all the titles. How do you keep yourself motivated, and how does the recognition affect you? The recognition that you get, how does it affect you?
I forget it. I'm out of the door. I forget what I've received. Like, what's big for you or what's big for another person need not be the same for me, right? I get motivated very differently. For instance, if I can cross somebody's life and if I can make a difference, that's a bigger moment for me than receiving an award. So there's this very small story. It's an irrelevant story in the context of what happens. 2 years ago, I'm involved with TNPL, which is a local tournament in Tamil Nadu. And 2 years ago, I wanted to find out where I can get more talent from. And we conducted a talent hunt. And I found a 31-year-old man, not a youngster, to be quite skilled. There was some raw material. And I asked him what he was doing. He said he was a PT teacher in a school. So I said, I can see something, but you need to quit your job, come and stay in Chennai for the next 6 months and do what I say. Would you be able to do that? No questions asked. He said, yes, I will do it. And he came over. I don't want to mention his name. I think it's all over. So he came. He did it for the 6 months. I sent him for a camp. RR has a high performance camp in Nagpur. He went there, he experienced it, he came back. In the last 2 years of TNPL, he's probably made about 250 odd runs, batting at number 7, striking at 150, which is probably the best for a middle order batter. Why I'm saying that is this story gives me a lot more happiness than probably some higher awards I've received in my life. And it's all about what something means to you. The moment I walk out of this door, like I said, it's a great honor for me. Absolutely amazing. But for me, I would forget that and I'd move on in life and be looking forward to watching India play New Zealand. So, yeah.
Coaching is a good option in the future, definitely. With your eye and talent, definitely.
I don't think it satiates me enough, to be honest. I don't think one thing will satiate me enough. Which is why people are already calling for me to come on the commentary box, and I don't think that would interest me. So, yeah, I'm just searching for my interests. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashwin. It's a pleasure been talking to you today.
Thank you so much.
And congratulations once again on the award. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashwin, for inspiring us.